Joe was right about the elephant hunting. They enjoyed doing that, and they all went and did that. But when I would come home from Colorado to visit, the boys always wanted to stay at Uncle Rod's because that was the fun house. Now, sometimes I didn't think it was so fun, but I would come home and the boys would have magic marker mustaches and beards and tattoos. Oh, I forgot to say that if you've heard this story, raise your hand. That's what we used to do to Uncle Rod. But then when the boys went to El Dorado, they had the run of El Dorado because they could go to the grocery store next door, or they could go to the little town bar, and they could order what they wanted, and they'd say, "Bill it to Uncle Rod." So, and then we went on these ball trips, and they always wanted to ride with Uncle Rod because Uncle Rod had the fun car. He had the window that went down and up in the back. And, but you had to know the magic word. And the magic word was bullshit. So my oldest son, Jason, he'd say bullshit, window down, bullshit, window up. So when he went to kindergarten, his kindergarten teacher said, "Does anyone know the magic word?" Yeah, that got me a phone call. Then on another trip, Uncle Rod said, "Who wants to earn some money?" Well, my son Matt, he raised his hand. He says, I do. Uncle Rod says, "Well, see that car behind us? If you moon that car, I'll give you $5. Matt couldn't get his pants down fast enough. Well, those are the good memories that my boys have with Uncle Rod. And then when I went down to Florida and Dunham Place, Uncle Rod would, when I came down, he would make sure that the house was ready for me. He'd turn the water on. He'd turn my air conditioner on. He'd put my lanai furniture out. And he even sometimes had a mint on my pillow. And if, like Joe said, that if anything ever needed done, he was right there to do it for me. And sometimes these projects I do, I wouldn't be able to get them done because I'd have to leave. Well, when I got back, they were done. The backsplash in my kitchen, the trim in the house.
So, I'm not only losing a good brother-in-law, a good uncle, but a close friend, and someone that I admire immensely.
Hi, I'm Andy. Uncle Rod is very close to me. He is a teacher, and I just want to share a couple stories why that I remember. Jay would be a hypochondriac when we were kids a little bit, and he would hurt his knee, and I'd watch him get some Band-Aids from Uncle Rod, and Uncle Rod say, "Oh my gosh, it's a bleeder, you're going to be all right?" Jay said, "I don't think so, I think I need another one over here." And then he says to Matt, "Oh, Matt, are you all right?" And Matt goes, "No, I think I bonked my head too, I might need a Band-Aid." And I say, "Well, shoot, I need some Band-Aids too." And the next thing you know, we have Band-Aids all over our body. And he didn't tell us one time that we're weak or that we're didn't supposed to do it. He was playing right along with us. He was having fun. And I remember afterwards thinking about how he let us do those type of things and learn on our own. And I was probably 3 or 4 years old, and I looking at my brothers with all the Band-Aids and remember how ridiculous it was, but how fun it was, because Uncle Rod just let us have all that fun. And we said, "Hey, how about some money for the gas station?" We'd always get fireworks and gum and 6 stogies. And he said, "Well, I spent all your money on Band-Aids today, so we'll have to wait for tomorrow." So that was a lesson learned very well. He didn't have to lay it out for us. And I'm sure many people benefited from his teaching ways. And the elephant hunting will live on. Tried to do it a couple weeks ago until my son got sick, but they just can't wait to go do it, and they don't even know who my Uncle Rod was, but it's going to live on, and I just want everyone to know how much he meant to all of us boys and cousins, and he was very special, and he taught in different ways, that are amazing. And I'm just glad of the time with you.
First time I saw Rod was about 12 years old in Lewisburg. I came to New Paris to play Rod team. And what I did gain with was an understanding that Rodney and Kobe were players to be reckoned with. And as high school went on with both baseball and basketball, I came to a further conclusion that Rod was one heck of a competitor. If there's one thing that you can count on for Rodney is there's no quitting. Rod and I taught together at Hibbard for several years, and we would ride to school together. And we would talk about various things, and he would fill me in on what was going on in parts of his life. Each morning, I would stop at his house in Campbelltown, as Joe referred to, and the trek from my car door to their back door was one of the most courageous things I would do every day, because their dog, Rex, was a one-dog breeding unit. And I'll tell you the truth, I was scared to death every step of the way, but he never bit me. And I always was proud of myself that I had the gumption to get out of the car and walk up to his back door. I talked to Rod about this one time, and he said, well, has he bitten yet? And I said, no, he hasn't. So we changed the subject, and it usually would come around for at least a few minutes about his 9 and 10-year-old ball team at Campbelltown. And he would talk about different players at different times, but almost every conversation says, you've got to see this Pittman boy. He's only 9 or 10 years old, but if he listens, he's got some talent. My point here is that at 9 or 10 years old, this young man, Rodney, could see what could happen, given the proper instruction and attitude on his part. And he would listen. And Rodney was a good guy to listen to about athletics and competition. I guess growing up competitively in Preble County, I came to a conclusion that from what I could see against other Preble County ball players, and I'm talking baseball in particular, that Preble County boys could play baseball with anybody given the proper opportunity and instruction. And as we were riding back and forth to work, Rodney had developed the exact same attitude. And beyond this 9 and 10-year-old team that he had, we finally got around to the thing about me sponsoring the team. And I was a big player in the North Construction baseball team. The heart of the whole organization was Rodney and the players and the parents. I would say the only regret that I have out of all of that time was that summer baseball was the same time as summer construction. And construction was my thing, and I had to be on the job. And I missed a whole lot of ball games that I would love to have seen. This team was a joy to watch. Every time I saw them, there was no quit in them. There was no competitor that was too big that would intimidate them. And it made me feel good just to watch them and have some minor association with them. I was fortunate enough to go down near the end twice to see Rodney. And the last time I was there, he had lost an awful lot of weight. And we were talking about things that I knew was going to happen. But I had to change the topic a little bit. And I said, Rod, I don't know where you're going when this happens. But when I get there, I've decided I'm going to hit 400 against you. And he has a beat, a pause, and he said, good luck. He was a competitor to the end and beyond me.
When the family asked if I wanted to speak, I was humbled. When the family asked if I
my attempt. When I was about 9 years old, Rodney Dunham took me under his wing. I had a little spark to play golf, but he's the one who lit the real fire. He knew who I was, and he knew I was interested in the game of golf. And of course, he thought there was no better teacher or coach for me. Rod was the National Trail Girls Golf Coach at the time. He offered to pick my little 9-year-old self up and take me along to practice with the big girls. When I thought I was literally the coolest thing ever when he did that, he'd come over in his van, you know, the big white one with the purple, throw my clubs in the back, and me in the front, and we'd head to all the girls' houses to pick them up. Rod made sure every girl had a way to get to practice, and was always on time. After he picked up the whole team, we would head to the golf course. We would have some really interesting conversations as we drove to the course, since I was the one who probably spent the most time in there. You'd be amazed at how much life knowledge can be delivered in trips around the neighborhood. Little did he know at that time, he was not only helping shape me into the person I was becoming, but he was building a foundation in me for the love of the game. When we get to the course, he'd treat me like all the other players, which I loved because I wanted to be just like the big girls. We'd do drills and putt and go to the driving range, or even play. Once summer practices came to an end and the girls had matches, he'd let me ride along in a golf cart with the team played. He wanted more than anything for me to just get the experience to learn all about the game. And what better way to do so than watching the girls I looked up to. Darian was always my favorite. He put us in places to not only teach me, but teach her as well. She would teach me, and I would be a reminder to her to always have the love for the game and support her players. As time went on, I got older and a little better. Rod encouraged me to be put in competitive tournaments. I started in the First Tee program and then played some competitive tournaments in Indiana and in the Southern Ohio PGA Futures Tour. Rod insisted he knew the results and coached me from afar when he moved to Florida full-time. He kept in constant contact with my parents and was always one of the first people getting calls about how I was doing. He saw something in me that I hadn't seen yet. When I started my high school career, Rod told me that I would break all the previous set records. Rod always said it in a way that encouraged me and honored the previous record setter, which just happened to be his granddaughter. He would say, McKenna will break them, but they will always remember who set them first. I respected him for what he did for Darian and the team he coached. He took that team to the state tournament, and that was something I always dreamed of being able to do for my team. And in my junior year, I got the opportunity to do so. Season after season, Rod supported me each year with words of advice and inspiration. He inspired me to do better and be better, strive harder, and want more. When I made state as a junior, I was on the golf course ready to start the first round, and who do I see walking up the golf course? Rod and Darian. This put a smile on my face. They had driven all the way to Columbus to see me. He was able to meet and talk with the assistant coach for the University of Cincinnati, and that seemed to mean the world to him. He was able to assess him, and needless to say, he approved. I played well that day, and I felt fairly confident as the day ended. Although I did need a little words of wisdom about halfway through the round. I had made the turn and I was walking over to the second hole, par 3. Him and Darian were sitting on the bench behind the tree, so I went to watch my ball next to the bench. He knew I was struggling a little bit and told me to get my head out of my you-know-what and get it going. Of course, this made me laugh, which is exactly what I needed. Rod wasn't able to be back the second day because he had a family wedding to attend. The next day didn't go as planned, and I placed 14th, 4 places out of being named second team All-State. He knew I was disappointed and took the time to send me an email. He sent it to me on October 19, 2018, and titled the email, "What a 72-year-old fan saw in Columbus." He said many things, but a few stood out to me. He said, "Now this moment will define you as a true champion. What are you going to do about it?" He went on to give me advice and encouragement, and also stated that he had met the UC golf coach and approved. He finished by saying, "You can go back to state either by yourself or you can share the experience with your teammates and your school." He said he would be in Columbus next October for 2 days for state, and ended the email with, "Always a fan, Rod." I sent him an email back, and I was told he printed out and kept it with him. A couple months later, we ran into Rod at a high school basketball game. We told him we were going to be without a coach in 2019, and his eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. He said he would contact the school and express his interest, which he did 3 hours after opening was announced, but by the time he did, the position was filled, and then shortly thereafter, he was diagnosed. He had a new fight ahead of him, but he never stopped coaching. He called for updates. He genuinely wanted to know how I was doing. On August 20th, my 18th birthday, me and my family had a lengthy conversation with Rod on the phone. Although he was battling for his life, he wanted to talk to me and my family. He said he knew it would be his last call and needed to say goodbyes. He was still coaching me even in that call. This amazing man was coaching me with his last breath. He gave me so much more advice on golf. He was giving me life lessons. He cried and cried. I knew it would be the last time we spoke. He told me that I would make it back to state again, and he wished he could be there. Thursday, I leave for my last state tournament, and I know he'd be cheering me on all the way. He always told me that there would be days I would need a good roll, and when I did, to know it was him.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Trudell, and I'm Jamie's sister. I was supposed to go first so I could get through this. But of course, my sister Ann jumped out. Even though Rodney was my brother-in-law, he never seemed to be the other side of the family. He was our family. He made me laugh so hard at times. My back would go into spasms. And that would be when he really laughed, when I couldn't move. He was always there with a helping hand to complete a project for us when our husbands weren't around. Rodney didn't drink, but he was always the life of the party. He would say, I'm sure you've heard this, but we knew we were going to hear a story that we had heard many times before, but was just as funny as the first time. He was always invited to all the parties because he always had a great story. And he could talk as long as someone was in the room. Rodney had a great sense of humor. Whether the joke was on him or he was the jokester, he laughed as hard as he did. And at the same time, thinking of a way to pay us back. What? Oh. One joke that is repeatable, there were seven that aren't, was the time he and Jane Ann came to visit us in California over Christmas. We had agreed prior there would be no gifts and no exchanges. But on Christmas morning, we woke up to many presents under the tree. We were so upset that he had gone back on his word. We opened up the presents and hilariously laughed when we realized that he had taken items around our house and wrapped them up. Our last present we opened was a microphone. Our last present we opened was a microwave that we did not have. Rodney and his ball team, which included my brother and two nephews, got me through a dark period in my life. And it turned out to be my most memorable. I tried never to miss a game. I remember being asked by the umpire to get off the fence during a highly controversial play. I lived for Rodney's squeeze plays and watching Park pitch. Nothing could keep me from the games. Not even a flying donut from a bat coming through the stands and hitting me in the face. partner in the golf league. As much as he didn't want to, he agreed. My dad sometimes exaggerated his score, of course to the better. A temper he had on the course, and didn't believe there was a cost for the tees and the bowls at the clubhouse. My dad would say, if they weren't free, they wouldn't have them in a bowl on a counter. Rodney would roll his eyes and pay for them. The pro told Rodney later that he had solved the problem by putting the tees under the counter when he saw Joe coming. Another time was when my dad was too close to the pond's edge, trying to save his ball. Rodney turned away, turned back, and all he saw for an instant was my dad's hat floating on the water. Then my dad bubbles up, and Rodney reaches out with a towel for Dad to grab hold of. My dad said he didn't need a towel, he had one. Rodney offered to take him home, but Dad refused and finished playing the round, squeaky shoes and all. Rodney called home after the round and told everyone not to ask Joe why he was sopping wet. Each year, Rodney would say he couldn't take it anymore. It was not going to be Dad's partner. But when it was time for sign-ups, he was always there for Dad. Rodney didn't get to see his mother, Juanita, very much, and he loved her dearly. So he spent a lot of time with our mother. He went to watch tennis with her in the evenings, took her to the movies, and when she was sick, he brought her strawberry milkshakes every day. I could go on and on about how Rodney Lee has touched my heart and how he will be missed and loved and never forgotten. That was the kind of person he was, kind, considerate, compassionate, and loving. Rodney loved his golf more than anything after he retired. But me, I hope he's up there trying to get a ball team together.
July 9th, 1965, when my husband and I, our one-year-old son, drove into New Paris for being able to sign a contract with what was then the C.R. Copeland School District. Ron had already graduated, but brother Charlie and sister-in-law Candy were sophomores in high school. And there were many families in this community who opened their arms wide and received our family as though we were part of them. And here, 50-some years later, we still are in the same school district. When you were invited into Juanita Dunham's home for a meal, you didn't forget it, because she'd bring out those yeast rolls and she'd have that wonderful spaghetti. And Juanita set the example, and Rod Sr. set the example for their children to be hospitable, caring, and to warm people. So after Charlie graduated, then we had Jeff. And about the time Jeff was finished, I think when Rod and Jane Ann came to Jackson Township, and Rod began coaching the team at Jackson. It didn't take long before Ron had those boys developed into a team that was known around the communities. And he and Steve North collaborated to form what became the North Construction ball teams. And there was a couple of them. It has been so heartwarming today, guys, to see all of you here, or so many of you. You bring back so many memories that were just our lives. We lived it day in, day out. So as ball teams developed and the older boys were playing, there's just one story I'll tell on each team. The older boys were playing at McBride Stadium in Richmond. And here we were, little North Construction, playing big Richmond. And Richmond was being coached by John Case, who was the high school baseball coach. Now, Ron always had tricks, and he'd have these boys skilled in how they could surprise the other team. And so the one game, this McBride fight, he would have our third baseman edge a little closer to home plate. A little closer. And of course the runner thought he was free to steal home. And so he'd be following the third baseman. And all the while, our shortstop was edging over quietly and very subtly to third base. And we'd pick him off. And we picked him off 3 or 4 times that night. And North Construction won the game. John Pace was so mad that night because he knew he'd been out-coached. Rod didn't just coach a team. He taught them life lessons. And I think these boys could each one stand up and attest. I know Rod's name comes up in our conversations all the time among our families. Taught them lessons that they carried on into life, that they had the confidence that they didn't have to be afraid of who they were or what they could do. They could do whatever their dreams told them to do. And so he took these young boys, the second group of boys, and they began playing Acme ball. Some of the boys on the team were fairly small in stature, but they were very good at bunting the ball and pulling that squeeze thread. Right, Joe and Mike? And Jeff? And so it worked their way up to the state Acme tournament. They were the youngest team there. They were the smallest team there. Ron had taught fundamentals and discipline. And one by one, those boys would bump that ball. They'd squeeze up runners to the next base, and inch by inch, they won that game. They were the state champions. So Ron was well known for setting the team down into the dugouts after the ball game, and they'd go play by play by play of that game. We parents would all gather and mingle, and we'd talk about the game, and we'd talk about life. And then we'd start gathering our kids up, and we'd take them to the car. And then the lights would go out, and Rod would still be talking. So they win the state, and Rod says to the parents, "I'd like for all of you to sit in the stands. I'd like to talk to you." He said, "You know, I teach these boys that they're to do what I call on my signal." He said, "It's not for them to decide whether they're going to strike at the ball or whether they're going to bump the ball. They are to do what my signals say." And he said, "And it's not for the runner to decide whether they think they can make it to the next base. Their job is to run the heck and slide if they need to and make it to the next base." He said, "I don't like surprises." And at that point, Jamie and I kind of looked at each other and grinned. Because this was Sunday, on Tuesday was Rod's 40th birthday. Jane Ann had collaborated with us and asked us to do a hog roast at our home for Rod's 40th. So come Tuesday, I rented a sign, one of these big 8-foot long, 4-foot high signs that flash. And I put it on the corner of Route 40 at our property. It said, "Rod Dunham is 40 about 40 and he sees the sign and goes, oh, Mommy thinks she's funny, you know. Good, Mommy must be having a church party again tonight. Rod and Bud, instead of turning right to go to the National Trail, goes across 40 and comes down our road and he goes, Bud, you're supposed to turn there. Bud says, yeah. He says, that's my brother Charlie. He doesn't go to Bonnie's church. He goes a little bit further and he goes, well, there's Jeff, my brother. He doesn't go to her church either. They do it at Bonnie's house. Bud turns in our driveway and Rod looks at him and Bud says, I know, Rod, you don't like surprises. Happy birthday. And we probably had 100 or 150 of the parents and the families there that day to give Rod well wishes. I just want to say that Rod, Jane Ann, you were a major part of it, Jane Ann. Steve North, you were a major part. You made things happen for these young people that gave them a lifetime of wonderful memories to fall back on. And I just want to say thank you.
I'm Mary, I'm Jane Ann's younger sister. When remembering Rod, I tend to think of food, movies, baseball, golf, and Uncle Rod. When we were young, Bobby and I always stayed for weekends at Jane Ann and Rod's old farmhouse that eventually burnt down. On Sundays, we would watch old movies like Tarzan, Clint Eastwood, and of course, the best ones were John Wayne. Rod would always make us peanut butter cookies on Sundays. Rod also, with movies, would like to take us to the drive-in theaters. He'd always have popcorn, candy, and Kool-Aid for us. Us kids would be lucky to make it through the first movie, but Rod would watch them all, and it would be 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning before we would get home. Rod loved food. He loved to take you to breakfast, have donuts waiting when you got up, grilling out, and making homemade ice cream. My favorite place to go out to eat with Rod and Jane was the grub steak and bacon. Math, without Rod, I don't know that I would never have learned to love math. His pen as a tutor, I always come up with the correct answers in short, the correct answer in shorter steps because Rod had always taught me some shortcuts. Of course, everyone thinks of Rod and baseball. I remember Rod driving us to Cincinnati Airport to watch the Reds players come in from away games. One time I was there, I remember we got to talk to Johnny Lynch, and I thought that was awesome. Rod also taught me how to keep the official scorebook, which meant that I didn't have to work in the concession stand all the time at the tournaments. I always felt that Rod treated me as a young adult or little sister and not like one of the boys. He was the best big brother you could have, and of course he was always easy to talk to. In later years it was golf, and of course Rod was good at it and was a good teacher, patient enough to coach. When we would go out, he would always give me instructions, and I would listen with no problem and do what he said, but let my husband Mike try to tell me the same thing, of course, I had him. Then there was Uncle Rod. The tattoos, making your own bows and arrows, to hunt lions, bears, and elephants, the magic words, making candy, going to rods, the Reds games, and running a tab for the boys up at the sailing top. I hope all my boys, Uncle Rod's nieces and nephews, his children, grandchildren, and friends have learned good lessons, patience, and his love of children. and will continue these good things and pass on stories of Rod, the husband, the son, the father, uncle, papa, and friend, so Rod will always be remembered, and in turn they will turn out to be better people, knowing, loving, and learning from Rod. I wish Rod, I hope you rest in peace.
I'm Cole, you may remember me earlier, not great reading. I'm Mary's son. I was doing great until you started going. All right. Rodney Lee Dunham. Rodney. Rod. Coach. Coach Dunham. Mr. Dunham. Papa. Dad. Boom Boom Rodino. No matter what you called him, he would be there for you. To me, he was Uncle Rod. Need help with your math homework? Call Uncle Rod. Need a ride in from the airport? Call Uncle Rod. Want to go to the drive-in or light off fireworks? Call Uncle Rod. Need a coach for the golf team, baseball team, basketball team, football team, softball team? Call Uncle Rod. Need someone to keep together and speak at a funeral? Call Uncle Rod. He should be the one talking. Need someone to play jokes on your kids and teach them terrible things that will embarrass them for the rest of their lives? Call Uncle Rod. That was my Uncle Rod. Always there when you needed him, and always with a joke and a story. While writing this, I couldn't decide which story to tell about Uncle Rod. I mean, you heard that everybody kind of has very similar ones. I made a list. Homemade ice cream. Giving a bar tab to my brother and I, telling him to put it on Uncle Rod. I didn't know he did that with everybody. I did. Chasing the vacuum cord through the house. Elephant hunting. Tattoos. Spear making. Making candy. Glen Miller Park. Reds baseball games. Dressing up like Santa Claus. Teaching my son to drive a golf cart. And then teaching him how to lie about it afterwards, after he crashed it. And of course, the magic words. I went through letters that Uncle Rod had written me when I graduated and when I got married. Because even when he couldn't be there in person, he was still there for me. It wasn't until yesterday that I figured out what story to share. When my mom showed me a letter that Uncle Rod had written that I hadn't seen since I was 6. When my family moved away, my brother and I were flying for the first time. Uncle Rod gave me a letter to give to the flight attendant. When we boarded, this is the letter that I gave to the flight attendant. And no one had seen this. I wouldn't allow anyone to read this, because Uncle Rod told me it was only for them. So here it is. To whom this may concern, mainly my 2 nephews. This note entitles Cole and Kyle Johnson to take a tour of the cockpit and talk to the pilot. Please treat them kindly. You don't want these 2 boys to get mad. They've seen all the Ninja Turtle movies. Be careful. Signed, Uncle Rod. P.S. I think their dad would like a tour of the cockpit too. When we landed, we were introduced to the pilots and given a full tour of the cockpit. I will miss my Uncle Rod very much. But by being there in so many ways for so many people, Uncle Rod has made it impossible to be forgotten. P.S. My dad got a tour of the cockpit too.
Over the last couple of weeks, it's come up in conversation between myself, friends and people I work with, that my brother-in-law, Rod, passed away, and I was headed back to Ohio for his memorial. But I would say that Rod, my brother-in-law, just fell short. It really didn't seem right. He seemed inadequate. A couple times I tried to elaborate and tell him what he really meant to me. But I knew I was never going to get across to him really how much he meant to me. All of you knew Rod, so I'll give it a shot now. Rod was in my life as far back as I can remember. The Dunhams lived in our upstairs in our house when I was little. He was my coach from 5 years through high school. They moved back in with us for a while after the house fire. He was the guy that took us to the drive-in, to basketball games, and the guy that made home the ice cream. From 7th grade all the way into college, I was spending my summers working with him in home construction. I probably spent more time in the summers during my teenage years with Rod than with anyone else. When I thought about what I wanted to say today, lots of memories came back, but the main thing that stuck in my head was really just how much I loved being with him. We all loved being with Rod because it was obvious he enjoyed our company and spending time with us. He gave so much of his time and himself to us that you couldn't help but want to give it back to him. I love going to his ball practices. I love playing ball for him. I love the trips to Kentucky. I love the long trips to the job site, listening to his stories, his advice, or even just the breathtaking on the radio. I even didn't mind the jobs we had to do for North Construction. If the job was to crawl through a 3-block high flooded crawl space and insulate the walls for $1.25 an hour, we did it. Or raking rocks out of the yard day after day, 90-degree weather. One time I remember working 30 hours straight to get a couple of houses punched out so they could be ready for inspection. Rod said that was a job and it had to be done. I was glad to be the one to do it. I did it because he asked me to. Lord knows it wasn't for the high money. He knew the work was hard. He found ways to reward us. He'd buy lunch or maybe a milkshake on the way home. Sometimes he'd even tack an hour or two onto our time at the end of the week. I'm not sure if Steve knew that or not. As a coach, Rod had a way to reach us with just a simple instruction or even the tone of his voice. If I was pitching and having trouble throwing strikes, which is pretty much a given, I can still hear his voice. Step off the mound, take a deep breath, slow down, plant your foot, and throw a strike. Most of the time it worked. He had a way of taking the pressure off, so I was able to relax. Even when I played golf with Rod, I shot better. I remember one time in the ball game, we were down, Joe was up. Rod called time, walked up to Joe and said, "Hey, this is it, you need a home run." Joe walked back to the plate, promptly swung wildly 2 pitches way out of the strike zone. The next pitch, he tomahawked a chin-high fastball over the fence. I've seen Brad Bowden leap a foot into the air to bunt a wild pitch on a squeeze play because he knew on a squeeze play he had to get the bat on the ball. Even when I was playing high school ball, Rod was there, coaching from the other side of the fence. I'd hear him say, "Be smart, put him on the knee, show me what you got." Play for Rod, you know what that means. So if my boys play baseball, we play on good teams and good coaches. But I don't think it was quite the same experience that I had playing for Rod. We had most teams beat before the game even started, just by watching our infield. The better teams, we found a way to beat by out-coaching. I think there are rare people who were put here on this planet for the benefit of the rest of us. To teach us, to keep us grounded, to be the voice of reason, to entertain and to lead us. Rod was definitely one of those people. I know he was the only man alive who could play a round of golf with my dad and come away laughing. Having been the buffer between him and the rest of the golf course the whole time, and then go out and do it again the next week. Rod had the ability to temper the McGill temper. The simple, all now Pat, or come on Jamie, he can calm the situation. He told the story of a ball game where Jamie was really getting on the umpires one time. The ump came up to Rod and said, "Hey, can you shut her up?" Rod said, "Hey, I've got to go home with her. You deal with her." I really appreciated Rod being there with my parents in the last years, especially for my mom after my dad passed. He'd go over and fix things, take her out to eat, give her a ride in the golf cart, or you can just go over and sit with her and watch the movie or the ball game. She thought the world. No one besides my parents had a great effect on my life. I can't think of another person I've known that lived a life more for the benefit of others than Rod. Everyone loved Rod because Rod loved everyone else. Mom used to say, "That Rodney, he's my favorite." He was my favorite.
It's good to see all of you here today. My name is Rodney Dunham. It hasn't been super easy losing my best friend and the only dad I ever really had, and arguably one of the most difficult times in my life. A lot of things are changing for me, and my life is very different than when I saw most of you guys last. I'm really grateful for all the time that I had to spend with my grandpa. He was literally the best person I knew. I'm really thankful for all of the years that we had together and all of the advice that I was able to get, often unsolicited. When I started playing golf in high school, I knew that that was going to be my sport. My grandpa, as I mentioned earlier, loved to give advice, especially unsolicited, when I did not want it. And only in recent years have I been able to appreciate that as an adult. Like, a lot of y'all are older than me, so you've had a lot of time to maybe not be a grumpy teenager in those years, dealing with a father figure constantly in your ear, telling you thoughts before you could even have them yourself. But now I'm very thankful for that, because I feel like just calling back to I don't know if y'all were able to read the inside of the memorial paper, but it talks about being thankful for the past and the time that we had with that person. And I can say that my grandfather is with me always. I haven't even been able to have a good cry really, because it hasn't sunk in that he's not here, because I hear his voice in my head right along with my own thoughts. With every situation I go into, I am questioning, maybe I'm making the wrong decision, I can hear him, like, giving me advice, or if I'm about to do something that maybe he wouldn't approve of, I can hear that. That I used to get on the golf course, that I'm sure Michaela probably remembers that. I don't know if any of the other ones are here, but whenever I went into high school golf, I was thankful that I picked a sport where he wasn't allowed to talk to me, like while I was playing. I could really like get away from that unsolicited advice a little bit. And then my sophomore year, he ended up being my coach, so I didn't get away from it for too long, and I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have had any of the success that I've had in life without that. Thank you, guys.
Hi, my name is Tom Trudell. I'm married to Kathy, who spoke earlier. I haven't known Rod for maybe 30 plus or minus years, and didn't have an opportunity to see him do all the coaching, the baseball team, and everything that he did with all the young kids. Okay, sorry. With all the young kids, but I know that he had a passion, not only for the game, but for teaching kids how to do it. And I think at that point in time, you could just imagine him having these 8-year-old midgets walk out on the field and look at him and say to himself, now what do we do? He's given them all the instructions. They start out. I think the first thing that he taught all of these kids, all of his students, was respect. To learn to respect themselves, respect others. And I think this is gone throughout the whole evidence of everyone being here today. He had the first generation, I'll say first generation of the kids that he taught when he was in his 20s and 30s. Okay? Guess what? Those kids have children that he taught also. None of these teachings that he had whenever he was doing the coaching, playing baseball, in school, all of the kids are handing down what Rodney taught them. It's not ending today. It's being passed down through the generations that we have. They won't know Rodney Dunham by name, but they'll have known what he taught their dads, what he taught their daughters, everything else. I think it was probably his biggest talent. A few of the other things that I wanted to say, you've seen the hands up, you've seen everything else. And his storytelling is beyond recall. One thing that I did notice this year when Steve North came down, he was there for 3 or 4 days, and I need to tell you, he and Steve sat there and talked, not repeating one story after another, sitting there laughing. They might break for lunch, they might not. But, they went on and on and on. So, in closing, the only thing that I can say is that I am proud to have known Rod Dunham. He was a great man. And I'd like to seriously call him a good friend. And last thing, my paternal grandmother, when it started raining this morning, and it's coming down in buckets, my paternal grandmother never said that, on days where it was a funeral happening such as this isn't a memorial, it's a celebration of a man's life that we all love, okay? My grandmother used to say when it would rain and they'd go to a funeral, she'd say, it's not rain, those are angels' tears. Thanks.
I know you guys aren't going to believe this, but not all Dunhams have any gift for gab. But anyway, I know you've heard all these stories, but I'm going to tell you about the real one. It's everything and everybody here has said, and even more. I have a lot of childhood memories. And, you guys, I've known you for 70 years. And a hell of a man. He was a protector even at the age of 9. I remember I was 5 and my father bought me a slingshot. And we were up at my grandmother's house where Ruth Fleeman lives now. And we were playing Cowboys and Indians. Well, I had the slingshot. Well, the car went by and I shot the car out of the window. So the car hit the brakes and screeched the tires, and I got up and threw Rod the slingshot. So I went around the corner of the house, and I heard my dad come outside and asked him what the hell he was doing. Well, I wasn't going to say anything, so the guy got out of the car, and Dad was ready to lay in the rod, and the guy says, it wasn't that boy, it was the other boy that ran away. So then he laid into me, but he wasn't going to say a word, and he was a protector starting then. But I wore this shirt on him. This was our childhood passion. Played ball from daylight to dark. Wearing down the grass in the front yard. Breaking windows every week. Dad had to replace a window every week, and the guy at the glass company said he just needs to buy him the company. But we played ball there. We got up in the morning, rode our bikes downtown to a lot across from the Farmer State Bank where it's at now, which is Spring Lawn Cemetery, where he's going to lay to rest. He told me that he would be playing ball while he was there in left field. But we would play with Ronnie Wolf, Hobie Holland, and a bunch of other guys, which are always older than me. But Rod was always there to protect me so these guys wouldn't pick on me. And they picked on me, but he wouldn't let them. But he was always a protector, and it was always about everybody else. Everybody else's kids, everything. He was always the first one to lend a hand. And if I had something to do, no matter what, he'd say, well, you know, I'll get the boys together. And I'd say, no, they got things to do. He said, hey, they'll do what I tell them to do. They'll come with me, but it was always, I'll get the boys together whether they want to or not. So I imagine they remember all that. But I could not go to Walmart any time of the day that where somebody would come up to me and they'd say, oh, hello, Mr. Dunham, how are you? Like that. And I'd say, well, you got the wrong Mr. Dunham. My name is Charlie, not the school teacher. But that was constantly. And not one time, thank goodness, that everybody liked him because, you know, if they thought I was him, they didn't like him. But they were always had a story about him. Even though I know all of you have heard all his stories, but every time he come out the house and it was the same old thing, you know. Well, you know, this time, I said, I know you probably heard this, and I said, yeah, I've heard it. He said, well, I'm going to tell it anyway. I said, but I've heard it. He said, well, I'm going to tell you anyway, it may have changed. I said, well, yeah, that's probably true. But he was a storyteller, but he loved life. And he was always trying to get me to play golf, which I wish I would. But I don't like golf. My passion was within baseball. And he taught me a lot of things. We fought a lot. And, you know, we didn't always get along together. I think I gave him his first broken nose. But he was laughing about it the whole time. I remember when my dad bought me a BB gun, he shot all the BBs out of it. He didn't know that we had a gravel driveway and some of those little rocks were just like BBs. So I put little rocks in this BB gun and he got it. He said, go ahead and shoot me. I said, no, I'm not going to shoot you. He said, shoot me, it won't hurt. So I shot him and it went underneath his skin and I got whipped for that too. But we were always doing things like that, but we were so close growing up, and Jeff and I and Rod slept in the same room, and I can remember Mom hollering at us, you boys be quiet, Dad's gotta get up and go to work early in the morning, this and that. And Rod would just go on and on and on. And then Mom would say, I'll come in there with that yardstick. And then here she'd come. And then she'd lay into us like, and it was like she couldn't kill a fly with those swats. Rod was screaming bloody murder. Oh, you're killing me, like that. She says, now you just quit, shut up. And he would just cry out bloody murder. I mean, it was just so comical. And then when she went back in the room, we'd just laugh and laugh again. But it was so comical. But Rod was a one-of-a-kind person. Like I say, he was a hell of a teacher. And I know that for a fact because everybody I talked to always come up to me, even people that I didn't know and I couldn't remember their names today, that they come up and tell me how much they enjoyed me teaching them, and about all their kids that he actually saved their lives. And he would always come down home and always come for Candy's cherry pie, and always had to make sure they had cherry pie, but even though he was diabetic. But he was just a guy that, you know, even though you heard his stories, you'd love to hear them again. But the stories I like that he even told on himself, that some of the kids at the school that just didn't have anything, they didn't have any coats to wear and stuff like that, he'd go buy them coats. And he was just such a giving person, and I hope one day and I can live up to his standards. And I love him very much, and I'll miss him.
Husband, and this will be very short. I wasn't going to say anything, but I went down to Florida and spent about 6 days when I found out about Rod's condition. And I went down there. I went into the bedroom, and he, I was shot. And I was really very sad. And he said, come over here, come. And he had lost all this weight. I was just speechless. And he grabbed me and he hugged me. And he said, hey, sit down. And he held my hand and he said, hey, remember that time we're down in Mexico playing golf? I said, yeah, you were saying something on the phone to me and I couldn't understand it because he couldn't talk. And two things about Rodney that struck me. One is his compassion. Here I was coming down to see him. He was on his deathbed and he was worried about how I felt. So we started talking, I was holding his hand. And he said, remember that time we're in Mexico playing golf? And I said, yeah. So I think I'd like to tell you about Rodney. We're in Mexico. We're on a par 4. If you play golf, it's a 150-yard carry over this big ravine. And about 125 at the short end, about 200 at the long end. You had hit it on this plateau and then hit it down to the green. So he aims at the 220 yard, and I said, there's no way you're going to make it. So he hits probably 8 or 9 balls into this ravine. And he finally makes it over. And about 3 holes later, I hit my ball in the water, so I got into my bag, and he says, remember you went to your bag? And I said, yeah, I went in my bag and I didn't have any balls. He had hit all my new balls into the ravine. And that's how he got me to get out of my sadness. Another time, we had just bought a place down in Florida
to move in with her because Beth's mom was there, Jane Ann was there, Kathy was there, and Tom and Rod, and we said, yeah, so we bought a place. And the next week, we're out playing golf, and we're on this tee box right by the lake. And he said, your turn, but you got to get up so you can get across the lake. He said, take it on the far side. And I said, well, and he said, no. There's a crocodile statue right over there. He said, don't worry about it. So I walked up, and I put my tee down, and I walked over, and the thing moved. It scared me. I about ran backwards into the golf cart, and then I thought to myself, did I buy a place here in Florida with my wife? I'm going to have to put up with this. Two things. Rodney was really a jokester. He lived to have fun. And what I'm going to remember is all the good times. That I was a target, Beth was a target, Kathy, Tom, Jane Ann, Bobby, Michelle, all of us were targets. And I can't remember ever getting mad. They were just fun. And he will always be remembered to me as